Welcome to another awesome edition of Tech Trends, the #1 tech show on television. We love tech, and a platform to talk about tech is one that we adore. My name is Chukwemeka Agbata. Do you love QWERTY keyboards? I personally do. We'll take a look at one of the hottest QWERTY keyboard devices later on in the show. And our guest on today's show is a Honorable Minister of Communication Technology, Dr. Mrs. Omobola Johnson, and we will be discussing expanding Nigeria's digital economy. Please sit back and relax as we bring you up to date with some of the latest tech news after this short break.
A number of business owners would argue that CSC registration process is not a pleasant experience, and the new e-registration platform by the federal government is indeed a welcome development. It is a 24-hour online company registration platform that will make it easy to do name availability search, pre-incorporation services such as register and incorporate your business online, and post-incorporation services such as filing changes to your existing business. The platform with the URL services.csc.gov.ng can be accessed from anywhere in the world, and payment can be made using any of the popular card services providers. What is now left to be seen is how the bureaucracy behind CSC will deliver when the orders start rushing in. A Zimbabwean IT startup, WebDev, opened here just over 10 years ago. Its founders never expected things would go well as they did. Hyperinflation in Zimbabwe at the time had increased. The International Monetary Fund estimated it peaked at 500 billion% in December 2008. Following elections in 2008, a power-sharing government sworn in 2009 managed to stabilize the economy and brought inflation under control when it abandoned the Zimbabwean dollar in favor of foreign currencies in 2009. WebDev was at the right place at the right time and built a successful technology solutions business as Zimbabwe emerged from economic crisis. Today, the organization is one of the leading IT companies in the country. WebDev runs 4 businesses: Zimbabwe's first online payment solution, PayNow, custom software development, web hosting, and their most profitable, an online classifieds platform.
Our target market is very much dependent on which of the businesses that we're talking about. We have our largest public-facing business, which is the classifieds business. It's a double-sided business model. So our aim as classifieds.co.zw is to provide a platform whereby consumers and businesses can search for products and services that they need or want on the internet.
The value of business generated online in Zimbabwe is worth over $500 million annually as internet penetration grows, boosted by mobile phone penetration, which is around 40%, according to technology commentator TechZim. The revenue comes from areas such as social network advertising and e-commerce, as well as online ventures led by Zimbabweans in the diaspora and foreign entrepreneurs. Economic gains from rising internet usage are likely to be strong. For every 10 percentage point rise in broadband internet penetration, economic growth increases by 1.4 percentage points. That's according to the World Bank. WebDev capitalized on Zimbabwe's new market while the economy was in recovery. The Southern African country provided a good test for the small company. If they could make it here, they could make it anywhere on the continent.
As technology providers, I believe that we can do better. And I think where we are right now, although we have a bright future with a lot of the young entrepreneurs that are coming into the space, we still have the issue of specialization in Zim. Everybody is a generalist because they've needed to survive pretty tough economic times.
Markets like Nigeria, South Africa, and Kenya lead the way in tech business growth in Africa. WebDev is now focusing on tapping new grounds in places like Zambia and Botswana, where they can grow and improve the customer experience, especially now that the situation at home has businesses worried again. Zimbabwe's economy bounced back for 3 years after it dropped its own currency and adopted the dollar, but it has since stagnated as companies have failed to find the cash to grow. Zimbabwe is currently rolling out its fiber cable, which is taking internet connection to people's homes, mostly in the capital, Harare. The economic conditions in the country means that the profit from internet business will not reach the masses for years, but tech entrepreneurs are not wasting any time in laying foundations for the future.
CEO John Chen spent a few minutes introducing the BlackBerry Classic and emphasized it's not just a rehash of old technology. Everything has been upgraded, he said, saying the only thing we've kept is the keyboard, and reintroduced the navigation keys and trackpad. Chen said it was a challenge to integrate these classic options into the new BlackBerry 10 operating system. BlackBerry has equipped the Classic with a 3.5-inch touchscreen, which features a 720 by 720 pixel resolution and 294 pixel density, all surrounded by a familiar-looking and very traditional BlackBerry body shell. If you love the BlackBerry Bold, chances are you will fall for the Classic. A 4-line physical QWERTY keyboard sits below the screen, and a strip of navigation keys separates the two. Built for speedy navigation, the touchscreen navigation keys and the trackpad are designed to work together. Many keyboard shortcuts have been built in. Press R to quickly reply, for example. BlackBerry boasts its keyboard has been engineered for fast typists and is 4 times more accurate than typing on a touchscreen BB10 phone. During the presentation, the Classic was repeatedly pitched towards former BlackBerry owners rather than at new users, and almost always described as a business device. The Classic has an 8-megapixel autofocus rear camera and a basic 2-megapixel selfie cam in the front. A dual-core 1.5 GHz Snapdragon S4 processor and a healthy 2 GB of RAM supply the process power. A total of 16 GB storage space comes as standard, but there is a micro SD card slot to increase this amount up to 120 GB. It comes installed with the latest version of the BB10 operating system 10.3.1. In addition to a few new features, it comes with the Amazon Android App Store as standard, along with the BlackBerry App Store. There are 3 zoom levels to make sure Android apps suit the Classic screen. Inside is a battery which should return an average of 22 hours use before needing a recharge, plus Bluetooth 4.0, 4GB LTE connectivity, Wi-Fi, an FM radio, and the NFC BlackBerry tag technology. The BlackBerry Classic is an ideal device for some and a big no-no for others. If you love the old-school keyboard and can manage its average performance, then it will make a good buy. Otherwise, you want something more modern.